Hi guys, how are you today? I'm great. That's all I've got to say. I'm great. I feel so incredibly hyper today. Let me just check. I should have checked my food first, shouldn't I, before I started recording. But you know me, I'm all over the place. So yeah, I feel super hyper today. I've been so busy all morning. It is now what time? 10 to 2. I can't believe it's 22 already. 22. So I'll stop for a second, just have some lunch, and then I'm going to carry on working. Unfortunately, I'm not going to go for a walk today because I've got so much to do. And I'll tell you what, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining because it's been keeping my mind off, matters that they've been troubling me. They've been troubling my mind. So that's amazing. And yes, sorry, I'm giving my back to you guys. I've got to check my noodles. I'm sure I've done actually in a minute. So yeah, there's this for those who've been following me for a while. Oh my God, what's going on here? I've been working some other projects, and then unfortunately I cannot share with you guys at this stage because I believe in juju. Do you see what I mean? What juju is? Juju is the fact when you start opening about things, then that's when things start going wrong. So I'm keeping everything very tight inside my heart, my mouth, my everything. My only concern right now is the fact my husband, he just talks to everybody about anything. He even talks about things that are not his business. For example, my things that I've got going on. So much so, I fell with him once. Oh no, I added too much water to this. Let's just mix. Hang on, let me just. Actually, I haven't added too much. I don't know. Seems perfectly fine to me. Yeah, so yeah, things seem to be going well. Things seem to be progressing well. Let's hope it carries on this way because this morning I just had this buzz of how I've been working so hard since essentially end of August, beginning of September on this project. You know, when you've been working on something for so long and you don't see any progress. Yes, and today not only there's been some progress, it's been, oh my God, let me just turn the camera there so you don't see. Yeah, not only today's been the progress is 100% noticeable, but and palpable as well. I can honestly feel this going somewhere. So you can see I'm wearing my door crossed. So I tell you what I've done. Let me see if I can show you. Some noodles. These are some flat and wide noodles, and I shouldn't be eating this. I should be eating something healthier. Though I'm gonna eat something healthier later on. This is just a quick snack, lunchtime snack. So yeah, these noodles are the flat, wide noodles, and they come. They're all pre-packed with lots of different sachets. And this one is one that comes with chilies. A separate sachet. It comes with a sachet with powder, and then another one with chili sauce, and then a smaller sachet with soy sauce. Then you boil the noodles. Meanwhile, you stir up all the sauce, the chili sauce, the powder, and the soy sauce, and then you add to the noodles. However, Knew somebody's love watching YouTube. I went on YouTube and said, hey, give me some ideas for these white noodles. And yeah, I've noticed some Asians, I'm not sure they're from, they add peanut butter to it. Oh my god, it's so nice. You have to try it. This is absolutely delicious. Delicious. Oh, it's hot as well. Lately, I've been into hot food so much. And apologies, I've got to eat in front of you. This is the only time I've got to eat. This is the only time I've got to record. And I've got a confession. I've not studied at all this week or last week. Because this other project has been taking over my life. I've been going to bed late. I've been waking up early. I haven't been waking up that early. I wake up between 7:30 and 8 o'clock. That's not early o'clock. 7:30. No, I actually wake up at 7 o'clock. I wake up between 6:30 and 7 o'clock. Because that's the time my husband wakes up. Maybe my husband wakes up between 5:30 and 6:30. So that's the time I wake up. But I actually don't get out of bed until 7. No. I don't get out of bed until between 7:30 and 8:30. And yeah, you may be thinking, oh, it's too late. But I don't have anybody that I have to report to. I don't have an office that I have to go to. I'm my own boss right now, so why not lay in bed a bit longer? Because when I had a job, I used to be in front of my laptop minimum 7 o'clock, sometimes 6:30 in the morning. So yeah, oh, this is good, gorgeous. You have to try it, guys. Look, can you see how wide it is? You have to go to an Asian shop, look for these white noodles. And it says hot chili or chili hot, something like that. It says in the package. Can you see these red speckles here? These are the chilies. You have to try it. You have to try it out, honestly. And I love filling my face with it. Look, get a big bowl and And I tell you, I've been so addicted to this. I bought a packet of 6. In my first packet, I bought these noodles. Packet that comes 6 of them, 6 portions. My husband hasn't had a single one. There's only one left. This is the, after this one, there's only one more left. And honestly, guys, you have to try it out. It's so delicious. And the noodles are also so gooey, and you have to try with the peanuts, with the peanut butter. Yeah. So what I usually do, just for this portion, I'm mixing this bowl whilst the noodles were boiling. In this bowl here, I've added 1 small teaspoon, the small ones, of peanut butter, and then I added all the seasoning that came with the noodles. So the soy sauce, the chili sauce, and that powder. Mix it all up. So make sure everything was ready, prepared for when the noodles were cooked. Once the noodles are cooked, I add it here, stir, stir, stir. Then you have to see when it needs a little bit of water to make it all nice and loose, just like this. Because peanut butter can add such a density to your food. It makes everything stick up. It doesn't make it, you know, what do you call, I don't know what word. Gets really sticky. Yeah. Yeah, have to try it. Have to try it if you can. To be honest, I don't really have anything to talk about today. I really don't. I just thought, because there's nobody at home for me to speak to. My husband's gone to work in the office today, and then I thought, sorry, it's so rude of me, isn't it? I should first finish what I've got to say and then put food in my mouth, then cut myself halfway through what I'm trying to tell you, and then just put food in my mouth. I'm so starving. I'm starving at the same time, so I'm sorry, but I just can't wait to finish what I've got to say. But I'm gonna try to wait this time. Yeah, so my husband's at home. My husband's going to the office today. He worked from home yesterday. Went to the office today because usually when he's at home, we chat for a bit at lunchtime. Only if he's available, because sometimes he doesn't even come down to chat or to eat or anything like that. But sometimes we meet in the kitchen. If he takes like 10 minutes, 20 minutes break from what he's doing. So he's in the office today. So I have nobody to speak to. So yeah, today you've got me. Well, you usually have me this time, don't you? When I go for walks, but usually I have a lot more to talk about. Sorry, I've got to put this in my mouth again. So today, as I work, I either listen to classical music, and it's really good if you listen to classical music because number one, it makes you focus on what you're doing. It also makes you think, because the wavelengths, is it wavelengths, radio lengths? I'm not sure. I'm going to use wavelengths as a term. It works with the what's it called? There's a term that's used. It works with your brain. I don't remember the term, so I'm just going to speak in kiddie way. So it works with your brain, so it makes you think better and thoroughly on the task that you're trying to complete. It's also excellent for study because it makes you concentrate. It makes you okay, more focused. It makes you, I don't know, it's strange to say. It kind of makes you a bit more intelligent if you doing the same task, same studying, but you know, listen to classical music. So I'll either listen to classical music when I'm working, or listen to a podcast. And the podcast today was about the guy Christopher Columbus. I'm sure you guys have heard about him. Sorry, is the man who found America. And for years, I've been telling my husband how he's actually Portuguese, and my husband insists no, he's Italian. And then today, and I couldn't explain. That's for you. I just knew it was Portuguese, but I couldn't explain well to him why it was Portuguese and not Italian, because I heard it somewhere and I briefly read about it, but I didn't have the evidence. But now I actually have the evidence, and I'll tell you this right now. So Christopher Columbus, he went to the Americas in the 1400s, I believe. Yeah, of course it was 1400s. So I'm just going to put this in my mouth again. And then, but it's Portuguese. And I'll tell you why everybody thinks it's Italian. On in history books, actually written as if being Italian, because he's somebody that, even if you read historical books right now, not right now, I don't know, mm, um, the mainstream ones. You see, the mainstream ones. It tells you somebody who's poor, from a poor family, and then he was Italian, and then he went to Spain because he wanted to explore the world, and the Spanish royalty provided with the money. Well, apparently that's not the case at all. Apparently, he was a guy that came from a noble, extremely noble family from Portugal, but he was so he was in 1454. He became a fugitive of Portugal, and he moved to Spain, north of Spain, the kingdom of Castellano. I'm not sure. You see what I mean? Anyway, some kingdom of Portugal in Spain. He moved to there, and then he had to change his name because he was somebody from noble blood, really important noble blood. Which, by the way, I have to go and listen to this podcast again because one here was there, the other one was working. My brain was focusing on what I was doing, and my left ear was listening to what it was being talked about. So I'm going to have to go and listen over again because it's so interesting. Yeah, I'm just going to tell this very quickly because I don't have the details right now because, like I said, I've got to go listen to it again. So, he became a fugitive of Portugal because he belonged to a really important noble family in Portugal, or actually in Europe. He was born in Portugal and everything like that. And then the Portuguese and the Spanish royal family were wherever there's important. So they helped him to hide, to run away from Portugal, and they helped him to hide his name because it would not only put him in danger, put all of his family in danger. So the royal family and there's a bloody fly, and a big one as well. We shouldn't have flies this time of the year, should we? So yeah, so the royal and Portuguese family, sorry, the Spanish and the Portuguese royal family, they cahooted with him to help him to protect his name and his family. Because especially, I can't quite recall who his dad was because, like I said, my ear was listening to it, the other one was working. Yeah, it was because of his dad. His dad's somebody extremely important, so he changed his name to, and that's really fascinating. His name that he actually changed to wasn't Christopher Columbus, because if you think about it, Columbus it isn't such a name that actually exists in Italy. So he actually changed his name to Cristóvão Columbus. No, Cristóvão Columb. I think it's Columb. And then Cristóvão means Chris from Christ, and vão. Vão in Portuguese is to go. And then Columbus in Greek means you've been part of that club. So those who follow Christ, that's what he changed his name to. But however, when he went to Italy, I don't know why. I'm not sure why he went to Italy because I need to change that. I need to check that detail because I wasn't paying that much attention. When he went to Italy, the Pope or the registrar at Italy, instead of writing his name correctly, they changed his name. They actually wrote it down Christopher Columbus, and that's why we know him today as being Christopher Columbus. Yeah. And now, right now, there's this claim between the Spanish and Italian trying to claim him. It's not theirs, it's Portuguese. And I've always known this for some reason. And this guy wrote 2 books, amazing, he's a massive scholar. He wrote these 2 books because, but the World of History, Association of History, they initially reluctant to take this side of the story because honestly the work of he did, he said, listen, at the end of the podcast, he said, my age and the amount of energy and everything, I invest my whole life on this project. My memory is going, I'm blind from one eye. That's how much this work wore him out. I think he's in his 70s now, pretty young, let's be honest, pretty young. So and he started investigating this in his late 20s. And he followed all documentation back and forth, documentation from back then. Also, he read other historical books, and then he got to understand how society operated back then. So he made a good point, for example. He said, back then, if you're a noble person, especially a noble woman, and you marry a pauper, you become a pauper. You become a peasant. It's not the other way around. So, because I believe he got married to the niece of, again, I need to go and check this again. He got married to the niece of the King of Portugal at that time. So there's no way the Portuguese noble family, royalty, would allow a niece arrange a marriage. There's no way the king would arrange a marriage between his niece and him and Christopher Columbus. So he said that's one of the things that he feels that some historians have written history in such a lax way, and everybody just accepts it as it is. You know, they haven't taken the facts of that time. You know, he said they would never accept it. And number two, even if they accept our marriage was arranged, there's no way she would carry on being treated as a noble because she got married to a peasant. It's extremely interesting, but I need to go back and listen to it again. I'm not going to tell anymore because whatever I'm going to tell right now is going to be BS because I can't remember exactly what was spoken about. So 100%, I even saved as watch later. By the way, if you guys ever heard of him, please comment down below. Or even if you guys heard anything about being Portuguese, please comment down below too. It'd be interesting to know how many people out there know about it. So yeah, it's a really interesting, really extremely interesting podcast. Really interesting. I'm even going to buy his books. They're so thick. They're this thick. Actually, I'm going to see if I can find an audio because I can listen to it as I'm working, as I'm cooking, as I'm doing whatever, you know. Because I love reading books, but I only read books when I go on holiday. When I go on holiday, I don't read books. I eat them so fast as well. I just go books so quickly, you know. And I'm also going to see if I can find the English version because I like to give one to my husband as a present to educate him a bit about Christopher Columbus, the great guy. Yeah, he's such a great guy. He went so many adventures. Anyway, finished eating. Thank you so much for keeping me company today. Honestly, thank you so much because you helped me separate from the work I'm currently doing. Help me focus on something else because the brain needs that sometimes, doesn't it? I needed to reset my brain again. So I'm gonna put the bowl in the dishwasher. I give myself 2 more things to do today. Well, the expectation is to do 1. So, if you remember, I said to you on one of these, I said, if you want to feel great for how much you accomplish in a day, you shouldn't give yourself too many tasks. Give yourself maximum 3 tasks, and estimate realistically how long it's going to take. How long is it realistically going to take to complete each task? Remember, you've got 3. When you estimate it realistically, double the time, and then I guarantee you. And then if you got 3 tasks, let's say 3 tasks, because you double the time, it's going to take you. You only have the time to complete 2 tasks. Great. Don't give yourself then 2 tasks. If one task you realistically say you worked out to be 4 hours, as a matter of fact, you double the time. It takes 8 hours. Just stick to one task, because I'll tell you what happens. By the end of that day, you're going to feel fantastic. You're going to feel like a winner because you've achieved something. Rather than trying to do so many things, and for example, you put 5 things to achieve as part of your objective for the day, and you only manage to achieve 1, you're going to feel so extremely low about yourself. So extremely low. So don't give yourself too many tasks. Give 1 or 2. And you're going to feel fantastic, you're going to feel more motivated, you're going to feel full of energy, and it's going to help you in every single way, physically, mentally, every single way. So yeah, okay, today I've finished with the one I had to do this morning. That's great. And then I'm going to try to do one more. I'm not sure how long it's going to take because it seems to be complicated. 1 more. And if I don't complete that one, that's great. If I finish that one, I have some more time, I'll go to the next one. You see what I mean? You shouldn't stretch yourself too much. Obviously, you shouldn't lay back. You should stretch yourself, but not to the point that's gonna make you feel edgy, don't feel happy with what you've done, what you've achieved. So you should give yourself however many tasks you realistically believe you're going to complete, and double the time. And then if you have a little more time left, because sometimes it takes a lot less than you thought, wasn't it? Than you believed, than you estimated. So if you've got time to go to the next one, great. But if you don't, that's fine as well. There you go. Anyway, guys, I really have to go now. I really wish I could carry on speaking to you today a bit more, but I really have to go because I've got a few things to do today, like I always do, which I'm glad. I'm not just sitting down, not doing anything. So I also have to go and brush my teeth because I'm not even going to show you. I've got chili flakes stuck all over. And by the way, this thing sounds so hot, especially since I've had a peanut butter. Maybe they're so hot because lately I've been so much into eating hot food, chili hot. Not when I say I've been into, I'm not extreme. To me, just a little bit is enough. Anyway, guys, please, even though I didn't go for a walk today, please you do go for a walk today. Please do go for a walk today. Please do 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I don't know, however long you want. Maybe I might actually go for a walk later on. It depends because, don't know, we'll see. Because the days are getting shorter now, so I may actually not be able to go for a walk today. But anyway, if you have 5 minutes in you, go for a walk. Please do. I'm not boohoo to be, but there you go. I went for a walk yesterday, the day before yesterday. Did I go? I'm sure I did. Yeah, but I go for a walk almost every day. All right. Sorry. Yeah. Have a fantastic day, morning, evening. Like my video. By the way, I've got 19 subscribers now. Oh my god, thank you, number 19, because I thought I wasn't gonna get any more subscribers. I said, oh my god, everybody's abandoned me now. So thank you so much for those who've been watching me every day, even just once a week, or once every 2 weeks. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for my beautiful 19 subscriber. 19, amazing. Yeah, have a lovely day. Yeah, keep yourself up. Look for that light that is ahead of you at the end of the tunnel. This day just gonna get brighter. Anyway, bye guys.